You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Hello, everybody. You are watching AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. Tonight we're covering Knockouts Round 2 and the beginning of the live rounds. It's the top 20, and we've got Team Adam and Team Blake.
Yes.
Before we get into it, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Jason Ikeler.
And I am Chloe West, full voice today, ladies and
Back
gentlemen.
and better than ever.
Back.
Full
yes.
voice.
And who do we have over there?
With a slight cough tonight, I'm Christian Rosenberg.
Hey guys, Laila Sadny.
And
You're
Laila's
back.
here. Laila's back.
So thank you everyone for tuning in. We have so much to cover tonight, so we just have to hop right into it. First up on the knockouts, we're going to get into Team Adam.
Yes.
And his first knockout pairing was Lena Gaudenzi versus Preston Pull. Lena sang I'd Rather Go Blind by Etta James. And the judges kind of knocked her for this performance, but I actually really liked it.
This is my favorite of all of her performances, but her vibrato was a little crazy.
But I thought maybe she could own it, though, almost like how Jewel does. Like, Jewel has a crazy vibrato, but it's Jewel's thing.
That's true.
And I think if Lena would have stayed on, I would have liked to see her go like the Sarah Bareilles route. Because Sarah Bareilles has like a really good big voice, but it's current. And I think if you saw Lena sing a song like that, then you'd be like, oh, this is where she fits in the industry today.
I thought it was like, it was just completely different from the battle round, and I don't know why. For some reason, I really liked her battle round. And this one, yeah, she sings it very well, but I was just kind of bored with it.
Really?
I was a little bored by it. I was surprised. I didn't want to be, because she sang it well.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought Adam's notes were really good too, because he's like, those 3 words that she said at the end, he's like, do the first 2 in falsetto and then belt it. And I thought that was brilliant.
I really thought all the judges' notes for Tuesday and tonight were so specific.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, from each, they were really talking about specific notes within each song, which I really think from last season, I think with CeeLo and Christina coming back, the judges are really stepping up their game after seeing what Usher and Shakira did.
Oh, for sure. Because they were so hands-on, and now everybody is.
It's great.
So if we fast forward a little bit, Steven, she faced Preston Pohl, who sang No Woman, No Cry. I didn't like the song choice.
Really?
I thought he sounded great, but I was kind of with Christina where she said it's hard to go anywhere in that song.
Yeah.
And it's not a knockout song. You're battling, but I didn't think either of these were really like knockout songs.
Right.
But I would have liked to see him do something a little more melodic.
I totally thought it was a great choice.
Really?
Yeah, I'm with Chloe on this one.
Uh-oh, Christian and I are agreeing.
Here we go.
Now it begins now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was unique because one thing with this song is really all about the rhythm and the syncopation and how you present yourself when you sing it. And with Preston's unique voice and throwing the reggae fill on it, I thought he did a great rendition of this.
I think so too, and I think the rasp in it really just played well with the reggae.
But would you download this on iTunes?
Yeah.
Yes.
For
Oh, really?
sure. It's a great reggae version.
I was like, fast
I
forward.
think he did a good job at it because I mean he's not typically like that reggae sounding voice. He's more of like the old school, and he just I liked his take on it.
You're on your own, Jason.
I know. Well, you guys were right, because he won. Nobody stole Lena.
No.
I thought that was kind of bummy.
Isn't it interesting? Did you guys notice that almost everyone who was stolen from the battle rounds, pretty much, if they were not saved, then they weren't really stolen back, except for Will and
Say that one more time. You kind of lost me in that explanation.
So,
Really wordy.
sorry, it's a little confusing. So for the knockout rounds,
Yes.
so like Lena, Juhi, those 2 were stolen.
Yes.
But pretty much everyone except the other 2, except for Will and I can't.
Stephanie?
Yep.
Yeah, and Stephanie, who were also stolen, and then were stolen back
Those
by
are
their
the only
other
ones,
coach.
yeah.
Those were the only ones who were saved.
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting? So, like, the original coach's decision sort of stuck.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
no
I
one
guess,
really
though-
advanced except for those two.
And I guess if you're going from that round to this round, if they did okay in the battles and then just okay in the knockouts, obviously you're not going to steal them if they've had two kind of mad performances.
Right.
So Adam's next performance of the knockouts was James Wolpert, my favorite, versus Juhi. James sang More Than a Feeling. Not necessarily my favorite song choice, but I thought he did really well. There was a couple pitchy things, but the slides that he does in his voice are so crazy good.
I have the exact opposite opinion as you. I thought this was a fantastic song choice, and you can even hear from the judges, there was just a lot of pitch problems with the performance.
I don't think there was a lot. I thought there was a couple little things.
I honestly, the pitch stuff didn't really bother me because this song made me look at him differently.
Yes,
It made me look at
I
him
agree.
like, wow, he is a power vocalist. Not only is he talented, he is a power vocalist. And it just brought me like so much new respect for James. And then when Adam said that he performed this song perfectly and that's why he saved him, I'm a fan. My hands are thrown up. I'm a big, big fan.
Never go without glasses again, though. Jim.
Yes.
We know glasses.
But yeah, I think he's just so incredible.
He's great.
He's one of my favorites. I can't wait to talk about his performance tonight.
Oh my gosh.
So he faced Juhi, who's saying I heard it through the grapevine. And I just think she's a train wreck.
Really? I don't think she's that bad.
I've never been a fan of hers.
Come on.
She it's exactly what Adam says. It's so stylized that you're like, can you sing or can you just do all these weird vocal tricks? And just because you can do vocal tricks doesn't mean you should do them on every freaking note.
So one of the coaches said carefree and careless,
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's-
which I
agree.
thought was pretty noting. But she's so young.
But even when
You
she
know.
goes to like sustain the note, she'll ruin it because she'll go like at the end or do something creepy, and it's just
I
not
like
cute.
it sometimes. I do think she's good and she has talent. But I from the first thing, I wasn't a big fan. She didn't really win a lot of people
Yeah.
over. So I don't think that helps either.
I've thought she's been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed her performances. Clearly, James did have the better performance, no question about that in this. But I enjoyed her, and I thought she went about as far as I thought she would go.
yeah,
competition.
for sure.
I just think that she needed somebody to be like, hey, hold back everything and just sing, because I think she actually has the talent.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But,
why didn't they coach her out of the whole like weird vocal trick she was doing? Like, why didn't no one say anything to
like,
her?
that's
I
cool
think
every
they
now and then.
did. I don't know if she has enough training to really control her voice that much.
Maybe, yeah.
For how young she is.
Yeah, because it's almost like she does that to like, if she can't go up to a note or like sustain it, she'll just put a weird trick on the end.
She might not just have enough practice either
Yeah.
of really sustaining notes like that, and she's just always sung in her sort of style, her own little unique thing, to where if she does need to sustain a note, she just might not have the confidence, so she just goes back to what she knows.
Sure.
Yeah. So that wraps up Team Adam, and we'll talk about his live performances later. Let's go into Team Blake. His first knockout was E.G. Daily versus Ray Boudreaux. E.G. sang I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. I was actually really disappointed in this because I
I was
liked all
too.
the notes Blake was giving her, but I feel like everybody
take
and their
the
mom
notes.
has covered this song, and there's so many, like, if you think of Adele doing it, if you think of anyone doing it, it's so much better than hers, and then at the end she just lost it.
I think it aged her.
Yep, I wrote the same thing down.
Because of her age, and when we see her, I just think that it took her. I think everybody that's sort of in our age group doesn't look at her like she's a vocalist now. We just sort of look at her like she's a has-been, which is weird.
Yeah.
Well, because her voice sounds very damaged when she goes to do all the raspy stuff. It doesn't sound like it's like a choice. It sounds like she can't do anything else.
And that's what Blake was trying to tell her in like the rehearsals, like, don't go into the power raspy, make it like soft and subtle, because that's what this song's about. And I don't feel that she listened to him at all, because I felt like the soft parts during the song I enjoyed.
Me too.
But because I'm like, oh, this is kind of how I feel this song should sound like. But then when she turned into them, I'm like, I don't know what this is.
I also think that we're also used to the Adele version.
Yep.
And Adele sounds like she's about to cry every
Adele's
time she
another
sings
human
each
being.
note.
Yeah,
If she
I
is
can't
even
compare
human.
to it
Right,
at all.
but we do it. Like,
Yeah.
when I hear the song now, I hear Adele. Kind of like when you hear I Will Always Love You, you hear Whitney, you don't hear Dolly.
Dolly, yeah.
So for E.G. to cover it, it's basically like covering Adele. So I just think it was a bad song choice.
I completely agree. So she was up against Ray Boudreaux, who sang Hard to Handle by Otis Redding. I thought he was really good. I thought he looked very uncomfortable on stage. It was kind of hard to watch. And no real bad critiques. I just would like him to have more contrast within the song.
I thought it was such a fun song choice, and it really brought Ray back into my mind. Because before, can you guys even name what songs he sang? Before, I'm sort of
idea.
what did he sing again? And he's great. And he's so cute.
He's been consistent.
Yes.
That's the key thing with Ray. He's been consistently good.
I wonder if he'll be a dark horse.
I think he will.
I think he very well could be.
He's doing it well, where he's getting a little bit better each time.
Yeah.
And I think Blake really likes him. I think Blake's super into him, and he is a real country boy.
A country southern guy, good-looking guy, dresses really well.
I do agree with you, though. I think he's sort of awkward, and he just needs some stage training. Because even in tonight's performance,
I was
he was
a note
just
on
a
tonight's
tiny
performance I had about it.
Yeah.
It's just that he needs a little stage training.
He's very white.
Yeah. He just reminds me of old school country. I love him.
Yeah.
I know. I wonder if Blake has any tips, because I bet Blake was kind of like that too.
Yeah, but Blake plays guitar, so it takes away from it, and I feel awkward. I almost want him to play piano or something. That's what he looks like.
You know what he needs to do? He just needs to hold the mic and just 2 hands on the mic and just hold on tight.
Yeah, for dear life. So he won that, obviously. Blake's next battle was Austin Jenks versus Brandon Chase. Austin sang "I'll Be." I thought he was pushing a little bit too much.
But that scream, how good was that scream?
But what I was really upset about is he had these really cool notes, but he would pull away from the mic, and so we wouldn't get to experience them as much. And you could hear, if it was really loud and in the mic, he would have blown me out of the water. But I think mic technique is a big part about being a pop singer.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Christina talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
2 episodes ago, she really got into it with some of her girls.
Yeah.
I thought this was a great song choice for him. I think there's just the thing with Austin that I love is you feel every song he performs. You feel it, and Jason's looking at me like I'm speaking through him.
I think he's super talented, has a great voice, but I feel like his songs are all at the same level.
He is sort of living in that 90s grunge world a little bit. But I kind of want to hear him sing a Hootie song, so I kind of want to hear him sing again, you know?
Hold My Hand. Have him sing Hold My Hand.
Yes.
This was the song. Was this the song he was going to do acoustic and Blake made him add the band?
Yes.
I think if he would have started out acoustic and then had the band come in, opportunity
sort
to
of
build
did.
and have a great moment, but his voice is at the same level the whole time. And I don't know, I think he needs to pull back and then hit us with it.
I think this song is like this a little bit, though, and he didn't really change the arrangement.
Throughout the competition and even his performance that we'll get to later, I feel like that's my biggest critique with him is that it's all at this. It's at a good level, but it's all at the same level.
At this song of his, this performance, I wasn't buying him, and then when I saw him tonight, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back on the Austin train.
Back to what I've been saying from the beginning, because you and I had a little animosity about him at the beginning.
I go back and forth with Austin a little bit, but tonight I'm on Team Austin again.
Okay, so he faced Brandon Chase, who sang "Even If It Breaks Your Heart." I thought the verses were way too low for him.
This was such a bad choice.
He was so flat, and then even when he took it up the octave, it wasn't that good.
I felt bad for him because I really think he's super talented.
I do too.
And I do think that he's going to do really well in country music because he just seems so smart and
But do you know what?
What?
I think part of any country artist has the likability factor. And I don't think this guy has it.
I think he does. I think he's super likable. Yeah, I'm really
Chloe and I are disagreeing on everything so far tonight.
I think he seems kind of stuck up.
It's when you're across the table, we agree on stuff. When you're next to me, we.
I know. Wait till later.
We'll
Jason and I are already getting at it on Twitter.
Well, how you mentioned how he was flat at the beginning.
Yeah.
That was Blake's keynote, and that was Blake's main reason why he picked Austin. And I love this, and I never thought of this. And I think it's a brilliant point that Blake meant, where Brandon was flat and Austin was sharp, but he prefers people to be sharp because that means they can still reach higher potential.
I thought that was a really stupid comment.
Really?
Why?
Because if he's flat, all he needs to do is have breath support. It's not like he's not reaching. He just needs to breathe.
Okay, what about being sharp?
Then he needs to probably breath supporting, or he has too much breath support. It's just about vocal training. I don't think one is worse than the other. I think that's just Blake not knowing what he's saying.
No, I think he has some. I mean, more than some. He definitely has.
Oh yeah, but I don't. I think that's kind of ignorant to say. If you go flat, you're not gonna. You don't have as much ambition or something. I thought
No. He's just saying that because the guy's sharp, he's pulling back a little bit. Versus flat.
I was trying to get you in there because they're fighting. They're having an argument.
I know. What do you want to say?
I don't know. I think that I think that if you just train your voice, then you can hit the notes properly. But I think like sharp. I think sharp.
She's like,
I think sharp better than flat.
Laila thinks no excuses. Play like a champion.
Yeah, I mean they should sound good. They're on The Voice. Don't be sharp or flat.
But let's talk about Team Blake. Team Blake is really cool.
Oh, Blake is back.
Talk about variety.
Oh my God. And just
Blake's great.
Totally all like flavors of Nashville, don't you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
not his stereotypical. Like last
Not
year, I felt his
country.
Last year was
so
just
cliche.
all cliche
Well, that's what he
country.
said he even
White
did.
bread,
He
yeah.
said he went all about country last year. Now he just wants like more variety.
But Nashville, the Nashville scene right now, you know, between like Mumford and Sons
Yeah.
and the blues going through Nashville, Blake has a really good sort of umbrella on the Nashville scene on his team.
And nothing screams Nashville like Nick Hawk.
No, really? Seriously? You're
my God,
joking?
Yes, I am joking.
But
We're gonna get
it
into
kinda
him,
does.
and I can see it. He's got that grungy soul thing.
Yeah.
But first, let's talk about Team Christina.
Let's do it.
So her first knockout round of last Wednesday?
Tuesday.
So many nights. Was Anthony Paul versus Jackie Lee. I was really bummed because I was super rooting for Anthony.
Me too. I felt the same way.
He's got that likability factor, and I don't know. I felt like he just lacked control, and I think it comes down to breath support
He was
again.
terrified, and
He looked terrified. It was
He
sad.
looked terrified, and I'm sorry. I don't want to say it because I like him and I think he's a good singer, but he did terrible.
He also was a little too show choir for me.
Yep, very show choir.
I think he was trying to. I think I agree with Christina. Bad song choice for him. Really bad. He's way more talented than that song shows. But also, he sort of relied on his showmanship to get through the song, but then he didn't have any support.
Yep. Well, and his falsetto, I thought he should have done him in head voice because whenever he went into falsetto, it was so flat. Like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, poor guy. So he was up against Jackie Lee, who
Who did anybody else forget about?
Completely forgot about.
I think that's what I said about her in the battle. She was like the type of girl that you forget about. All of a sudden, when she came back, oh wait, what about her?
Well, she vocally is so good and so sassy. And she kind of took some of Christina's performance notes
Got
to
some
heart,
stage presence
but then,
tonight.
Like there'd be moments where she would have the Danielle Bradbury dead eyes, and you're like, "Come on, snap out of it!" And then she'd come back.
She's a lot more entertaining than Danielle Bradbury.
And I think with Christina, I think if Christina can keep putting that into her, she can do really well in the competition.
Absolutely.
She's got a crazy good voice.
I mean, it is like Christina said, it is a lion coming out of this girl's body.
You wouldn't think that voice would come out of her at all.
No,
Like,
not at
holy
all.
crap.
Not at all. She's
So crazy.
16?
And this song, I didn't know this song. Like, I love that. What's cool about Jackie is she introduced you to like this other music, and she chose this song.
Yeah.
So that makes me think, wow, this girl really knows her voice.
Yeah.
She knows music really well. So I'm just really excited to see what else she's gonna bring.
Well, yeah, because she does these Christina-style runs, but she owns them.
And Christina gave her the best compliment you could get from Christina. You remind me of myself when I was your age. Excuse me.
Nobody loves Christina more than Christina.
Yeah, seriously. So awesome. I think Jackie's going to be a front runner because she's not totally obvious either. Because I think we kind of forget about her.
But we forgot about Danielle a little while too, until we got to this point. And she's the young one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she can,
I think
work
she's the
on
only young one
stage
in the live
presence,
rounds.
which I think Christina is the perfect coach for that. Then she will be amazing.
I also think she is sort of going to be like right now, her voice reminds me of what, like, if she wanted to do pop, she could do like a JoJo song.
I was just going to say JoJo.
Yeah, because she really could carry those tough songs.
You guys were big on JoJo last season with Danielle too.
Were we? No way.
Jason brought up JoJo like every week.
I love JoJo.
I'm not saying it's bad.
But with Danielle Bradbury, no way, she could never sing a JoJo
We
song.
were talking about JoJo last season.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that, but not for Danielle.
JoJo, but so Christina's next battle was insane. Michael Schuler versus
God.
Or I call him Michael. Matthew Schuler. Matthew sang Cosmic Love by Florence and the Machine. The only notes I had were yes, bitch.
Let me please read my
good.
notes. My notes were, Well, first off, I want to say that I wrote this before CeeLo said it. I said he is like a boxer when he performs on the show. He's on the tips of his toes. He looks like he's going to jump and like punch at any moment. And he's just so in every moment and in every note. And then CeeLo was like...
Got the Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he's like, you're like the Mike Tyson of the show. And I was like, oh, I totally was. We were on the same wavelength. But I wrote, he took my breath away. I don't know how he sang that.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it either.
Brilliant song choice. Because you would not think Florence and the Machine and be like, oh, that's what you should sing. But he takes a song that's not that well known, and he like almost brings like an R&B musical theater-esque quality, and he just kills it.
I don't even know, like, I don't know where I would categorize him in what kind of genre, except
he's
amazing.
Everything.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like,
He does everything.
This song choice really put him in this, like, huge superstar category.
Well, and this song just builds and builds and builds, and then he like
That last
slides
note
up at the end, and you're like, what the hell just happened to my body?
I felt bad for Will because Will's so great. But to follow this.
I said this 2 weeks ago when it was you and I with Aaron Willette here. When Will got saved by Christina, I said, I pray that she doesn't put Will against Matthew. And look what happened. But to Will's credit, as you're about to, I just cut you off, but to Will's credit, he nailed his performance extremely well.
So Will sang When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. Christina's notes for him again. She's so good at this year, especially like the choices she was telling him to make. I'm like, yeah, you go, girl.
I really like the dynamics in Will's voice.
Yeah. I was saying Christina's super sweet this season, too.
Yeah,
we love that.
Wow, what's going on?
She got a pay raise, that's what.
Yeah. To be nice, Christina. Be nice.
His voice sounds so smooth. I thought the rasp that he had almost sounded like there was phlegm in his throat a little bit. Just hold on, you can hear it. And I'm like, clear your throat and then do it. But I thought it was great.
That's a little weird.
He's got those gospel style runs.
He looks just like Sean Spencer from Psych. I'm sorry.
He does look a lot like the guy from Psych.
Exactly like him.
He does look a lot like the guy from Psych.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, this again is a song that I wouldn't expect from him, but I was very pleasantly surprised with how he delivered it.
Totally. I also would buy his version of this song.
Yeah.
And you just believe him. You believe that he could have written this song.
Well, and what I like about him is you know exactly the kind of artist he'll be after the show.
Yeah.
And this is when we found out the drama story going on with him and his wife.
Oh my God. So sad.
Wife has a brain tumor.
Yeah.
But I like that he didn't use that in the beginning to get it,
like they all use their
they all have their sad story. Like I like that he wants it to be about his voice, you know?
Yeah.
I like him. He's great.
So Matthew ended up winning, but Adam stole him. So
Adam stole
we're all
back.
good.
Will's been stolen twice. He's lost 2 battles, but stayed in the game.
Poor guy. His
Emotional
poor little
roller
heart.
coaster.
Yeah.
But they put him against James and Matthew. I mean,
Right.
It's true.
put him against almost everyone else, he'll win.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. So next up is Team CeeLo. In his first battle was Stephanie Ann Johnson versus Tamara Shanice. Stephanie Ann sang Don't Know Why by Norah Jones. And the judges kind of ripped her apart for this.
I had no idea why.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like Dido.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Didn't remind me of Dido, but I did think it was awesome.
I loved it.
Well, I think she's kind of similar in Matthew in regards to she can sing anything. She sang like R&B in her blind audition, country in the battle, and then the jazzy Norah Jones in the knockout. And I thought she did great in all 3 of them.
I think that's great, but I think you need to pick a genre. You need to pick. You need to know who you are and pick it and stick with it. And
see, but I kind of think she is because she's bringing herself throughout. Like, if you look at a singer like Sheryl Crow or somebody who has songs in different genres, she sounds like Sheryl Crow in everything she does. And I feel like this is kind of how she is.
I don't know. I sort of agree with Laila on this one. I think people with her specifically are sort of lost and they don't know where she fits. I mean, she's so talented. And I really think she took this simple Norah Jones song and manipulated every part of the song that you can manipulate. So she is very talented, but yeah, it's like she sort of is living in between these few fan bases right now and no one can really choose. And it's in a different way than Matthew is. Hers are sort of these indie genres, you know? So it's hard to grasp on with her because I think the people who are really into the indie music who would be fans of like Caroline Pennell, for example, aren't really grasping onto Stephanie because they're like, wait, is she R&B? Is she?
I'm confused.
I think this might be like due to the coaching too, though, because Christina and CeeLo have such different styles of coaching.
That's true.
And so to see her go, like, it'll be interesting to see now that she's back on Christina's team.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a perfect way to cover a song. She made it
I thought she did great.
You know, I would buy that version.
Yeah.
So she was up against Tamara Shanice, who sang No One by Alicia Keys.
In the reggae style, which is cool.
I think she has a great voice. I didn't like it.
What?
I don't remember
enjoyed
her
it.
ever. I loved her. I love this version, but who is she? What did she sing before?
The main thing that I remembered about her was CeeLo was hitting on her.
Yeah, that's all I could remember too.
But because we didn't see her battle, that was one of the fast ones.
That must be why.
But she sang a Beyonce song or something.
Yes.
I would remember that.
Yeah.
No, that was like the Make Love to Me one or whatever it was called.
Oh, that's right. She did do that well.
Yeah.
I don't get the reggae thing. I don't think
What?
I don't get, like, for a competition like this, I think you need a bigger moment, and I don't think Middle America is going to relate to reggae.
I can see that. I do think this song in reggae is awesome, and I want Alicia Keys to sing it like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that CeeLo using Lauryn Hill as a sort of person for her to think about and sing like is great and is such a good note.
That's who I see Stephanie as, like a Lauryn Hill type singer.
No, she doesn't have the grit.
I can understand what you're saying as far as the America voting, as far as the reggae.
Yeah.
But America wasn't voting for this one, which is why I think it was a good idea to do this now.
No.
True.
That's valid.
I don't know. Do you guys think that America's gonna cling on to her?
I don't think so.
I think she's gonna get lost.
And it's kind of sad because I think she's one of the most talented female singers there.
But you have to have more than just a good voice. I mean,
I agree completely.
You've got to have something that like captivates whole audiences, and I don't think she has that.
I sort of think this season of The Voice too is like boys' season.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like how many great guys are there, and guys that you remember, you know.
But I think unlike the past like first two seasons of The Voice where the boys won, like all the boys this season are very relevant and current.
Yeah, yeah. It's so exciting, and I'm very surprised Tamara won that. I'm super surprised.
But Stephanie went back to Christina, which is exciting.
It is exciting. I think actually, I'm really glad that she's back on her team.
I am too, because I want to see her. I want to see her do like listen.
Again.
Yeah, you know that's my
For the
jam.
second time this season. I wouldn't hate it, actually. I would be down.
So next,
everyone should just have to sing listen.
That should be like
That's a requirement.
Okay, really though? If Matthew sang it, if
my
Will
God.
sang it, I'd be so into it.
Boys doing listen.
It should be a requirement for The Voice to sing listen. At least just record it so I can buy it on iTunes.
And then we'll see who does the best.
Speaking of iTunes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. You guys can download us on iTunes, and you can download the podcast app on your smartphone so that you can listen to us in the car or on your way to work while you're sitting in traffic, and you can yell at us all and have your own opinions. And you can also rate us, please. 5 stars on iTunes would be amazing. Comment, rate, and also check us out on YouTube because we comment back.
Yeah, we do.
And it gets really exciting.
Yeah, it is.
And I will like all your comments, even if they're mean.
Yeah, she will.
Because I like sassiness.
Yeah, she does.
At least that's not annoying, Christian. Just kidding.
What? What was that?
He was echoing everything you were saying.
No, it's not.
That's okay.
Anyway,
Thank you, Steven.
I loved you, Christian.
I liked it.
Thank you,
Up
Chloe.
next, final knockout round was Caroline Pennell versus George Horga Jr.
Yeah, it was.
Caroline.
All right,
Can we have that for the rest of the show?
Caroline sang.
Hashtag, yeah,
We're trying to move on.
Yeah, we are.
Caroline sang "The Way I Am" by Ingrid Michaelson. I thought this was a very obvious song choice.
It is. It
Kind of
was.
predictable.
But
She nailed
That being
it.
said,
Yeah.
she killed it.
It
Killed
was
it.
fantastic.
I know, but I just thought it was a boring song choice.
She looked great. She had like a dress on her hair. She looked a lot older.
she looks beautiful.
She looked gorgeous.
She's an
Looks
incredible
really beautiful.
performer. She's got the look. She's got the talent. I don't know.
I just love when she smiles while she sings.
Lights up the room.
She's just so happy.
her
She
voice.
just, she lights up and it makes you happy. And this song, although an older song and I think a little played out,
Yeah.
you just see her.
Yeah.
And when she smiles through it, it didn't bother me.
I'm just bobbing my head back and forth with
Yeah.
it.
She's got
She makes you
great
happy,
control
you know?
over her voice, too.
And she really opened her mouth. She really took those notes. And she did what Juhi didn't do, where she sang out of her sort of little style a little bit by opening her mouth and really letting her voice come out.
Well, and I think there's a difference because she has a style of singing that's very her, but you also know that she can just sing. And Juhi, you're like, can you? I'm not sure. It's lost in there.
And I think the effortlessly angelic, which is what Christina said, is perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
So up next was George Horga Jr., who sang Because of You by Neo. And I felt like it was a joke. Like, it felt like it was like an SNL sketch making fun of a boy band or something.
No, I just felt so bad.
Poor thing.
I wasn't a huge fan of this guy from the beginning.
No,
I wasn't either.
I don't know what CeeLo saw in him.
I don't either. Because he has like,
He's a good-looking
so much
kid.
swag
He
to sing
can
a song
sing.
like this.
He can sing. He's not a bad singer, but
he was
not
like
this.
consistently underpitched the whole time.
Yes.
Poor guy. Oh well.
Oh well, on to the next one.
Bye, Georgie.
Caroline won that one.
And CeeLo's team is
Obviously.
really strong too.
They're all really strong. All of them.
I like how Blake is the most afraid of CeeLo's team because
It's
because
interesting.
of what CeeLo brings as well to live.
But do you know what? Even though like CeeLo's team is strong, Adam has a front runner and so does Christina.
Adam always has a front runner.
Yeah, but like, let's get into Team Adam actually.
Real quick, right before we start the live rounds, if you were to pick from the who has the best team headed into the live rounds, if you were to pick one, not a specific person, just
I
which
would
team
say
is
Blake.
the best. You would say
Honestly,
Blake?
yeah.
I would say Christina, but I want James to win.
I want to say Adam.
Oh well, we are all torn.
What about you, Chris?
I almost feel like I should say CeeLo.
Yeah, you should.
You know, I'm actually pretty torn between Adam and CeeLo, honestly.
So go for CeeLo.
So I'll go for CeeLo, so we're all different.
Perfect.
Let's get into the lives.
Adam. So first up was James Wolpert.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into the performances, I want to talk about Christina and Flo Rida opening the show.
Okay, Christina looked and sounded amazing, but what the hell was going on with the sound?
I think they were recording it from within the studio versus taking the mic sound.
Yeah.
They forgot they were live tonight.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think they fixed it. They did
Well, they
fix
fixed it for Flo Rida, but not for Christina.
I know, it was weird, but Christina, can we talk about how amazing she looked?
Gorgeous.
Because
Killing it.
and then taking it off and just showing off her body, you were like, get it, girl.
I was okay with that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
I think we all were.
Jason even was okay with it.
Yeah, it was awesome. And one thing I love about The Voice is how flexible of a show it is and how they're constantly changing the stage. And the stage for the live rounds is probably one of my favorite stages of any of these competition shows because they get that X that flows through the audience and it's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's so great and I love it. I love this show. Okay, now we
They
can
didn't
talk
even
about.
pay to say that.
They didn't. They don't.
So Team
They don't.
Adam.
They could though.
First up was James Wolpert, and he sang A Case of You by Joni Mitchell. Brilliant song choice.
Oh my God.
Brilliant.
This was the most emotion I felt from him this whole
Oh
competition.
yeah, but I think that's so smart to save
Absolutely.
a moment like this for the live round.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the way I wrote my nipples are so hard.
Well, and him with the guitar, I just thought it was beautiful. Like, it was amazing. I didn't even know he played guitar. But I was just...
Well,
He said he felt naked without it,
Yeah,
and we've
which
never
makes
seen him
sense.
with it.
Yeah, and he's like worked the stage without it. But to take a song like this that's such a classic and then update it and make it your own is just so good.
I really think, when Adam said the song, I wasn't thrilled for him because after doing that big song before, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see him sing something big, I don't want him to try and make himself small, but he brought the vulnerability. He really related to all these lyrics. And I wrote, he is so sexy now.
Yeah.
WTF, get at me, Apple.
Get at me.
And he's kind of got like a James Taylor quality about him that I didn't realize until
I was
tonight.
thinking that as soon as he started playing guitar. I
what it
wanted to play
was.
James Taylor.
Yeah.
I was trying to put my finger on it and I couldn't think of what it was. But yeah, I think that's a song that a lot of people are going to connect to. And
See,
he's going
and
to get
this
a huge
is
fan
my
base.
notes
Yeah.
for what's his face? The redhead with the beard.
Austin.
Yeah,
We're not there
He
yet.
needs. I know, but I think Austin needs to do something like this,
gorgeous.
where James held back in the end, and now he's like doing the shouting thing at the end or in the beginning. So
Yes.
I get,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I just think that James, honestly, from performance to performance, is so versatile and talented.
Yeah.
I mean, what can this kid not do?
I really hope he's in the
Dance.
final.
I'm excited to see the rest.
I bet he can. I bet he
Show
can.
players in it. So up next on Team Adam was Gray, who sang "Still Into You" by Paramore. I thought.
No, go on.
Yes,
Go on.
yes.
Yeah.
No, you can finish.
Oh, I thought it was a great song choice because I think Adam was trying to be like, here's this pretty girl, let's shove her, give her some personality. Like, this is a perfect song to own that. And she killed it in a way that, like,
In a bomb way.
Not in a way that, like, I wanted to kill myself.
I don't know. Like, I thought we got attitude from her, but it wasn't the type of attitude that's needed for this song.
Well,
I don't think this was a good song choice for her at all.
Really?
I thought she performed well, but it's not the type of thing for Paramore. It's not this type of rock style. She's not that type of artist.
No, she's not.
It was
No,
really,
she's not,
it was
but she's
really
not.
showy. I
But
just
Paramore
thought.
is like a pop punk band. Like, she could have
not
taken this
punk.
and owned it, but she took an edgy song and made it vanilla.
No,
Yeah.
this was a rock musical.
Exactly. I love when you said that because that's something.
That's actually a great way to put it.
Yeah,
It is.
I mean, Greg, go to Broadway. But honestly, I feel bad for her. But okay, you know what? If she makes it past live rounds, or if she makes it past this stage, past this first vote, she has to do Katy Perry.
Yep.
Because that is how I
works for
see her.
Katy
You know,
Perry.
she's super vanilla. She's
Absolutely.
super
Yeah,
pop.
super commercial.
Yeah, and I think I can see what Adam was trying to do, giving her character, but she just did not do
No.
it. No.
We just got a tweet from one of our fans, and they said, "Note, James is 12 on iTunes right now, which is the highest."
That's incredible.
Wow, good for
That's
him.
exciting.
And we
You
know,
go, America.
we know that the iTunes votes count for 5
times.
points.
Yeah. Last season was 10 times.
Which
voted.
is a
This
lot.
season's 5.
So James is winning essentially, as we can see.
Yeah. And I just want to ask Gray to marry me as well, though, because she just looked incredible. So
You
Gray-
like her.
I do. I have a
Just
crush
like
on
Gray.
Gray.
So and the next
We're
song.
bringing it by.
Are you guys
Sorry.
mumbling live on the air?
What's going on over there? Secrets on that side of the
Next
table.
up is Will Champlin, who sang. Next up is Will Champlin, who sang "Secrets" by One Republic.
Yeah, you did.
You go first.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jason, this is when we began to disagree. If you all were following us on Twitter,
The last half
it got
hour of the show,
a little
we were
bit heated.
attacking each other.
I am a huge Will Champlin fan.
I am too.
Huge. And I thought he did great. I thought his version was great. It was not a karaoke style version. The One Republic version is beautiful. I will not knock it because it is so great. But he did it so well. And his voice is so strong and his tone is great and the arrangement was awesome. I'm going to buy this song. And I really think he just showed you how talented of an artist and musician he is.
Yeah.
And how professional, because when that mic dropped, he
Picked
didn't
it
miss
right
a
back
beat.
up like
I'm gonna give him
nothing.
credit for picking up and dropping the mic because I thought that was really cool. I think it sounds to me like
You better be specific in this critique
Okay.
because, like, I'm already
Because
mad about this.
It sounds to me like he doesn't know how the original song goes, and somebody's like, "Here, sing this."
Why do you need to know the original? Make it your own.
You
No,
want it
but
to sound
the
like
original is so good, and the melody is brilliant, and Ryan Tedder is probably one of the best songwriters of our generation.
But you can't copy him. That's
but
crazy.
you can take it and do your own thing. But he went so far from it that it sounds like somebody gave him like a chord sheet and said, "Oh, play this," and he kind of just guessed the melody and went like. I don't think it honored the original song, and I was really unimpressed.
See, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was I thought he sang it really well and performed it like Coldplay would perform it.
Yeah. I love that he played the piano. and
The
brought
piano,
up-
like
it was
starting,
my favorite.
sitting on the piano, got up, ran around singing, and put the mic back and standing and playing while
Yeah.
singing too. I love performances like that because it
Yes.
shows that you're a real musician. I mean,
Not easy to
obviously,
do that.
obviously the guitar playing, you're a real musician
know?
too. I'm not like discrediting people who are just sitting there with acoustic guitar or anything. I'm not. But the fact, you can run up and suddenly just get back right on it and play harmonies or whatever you're going to do on a piano. I think
agree.
it's brilliant.
See, but
I think
thought,
Coldplay is such a great thing, and I think Will can do Coldplay. I love
I would
that.
love to
He
see
should
him do
cover
Coldplay. I
Coldplay.
think he's great, and I love him. I just think it sounds to me like he didn't know the song, and I thought he oversang this.
I think you need to re-listen to it.
I am right now, girl.
But I mean, like, really.
And like really.
No, I'm just not a meh. Up next was Preston Pohl, and we're going to disagree on this one.
Yep.
He sang Nothing on You by Gym Class Heroes and Adam Levine. I liked that he did a current song. I thought it was really forced. It just sounds like he's forcing his voice the whole time, and it got sloppy. And then I just thought the rap sounded very amateur.
I love Preston. He's one of my favorites in the competition, but I did not like this song at all.
It's very shouty, right?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't know if I would call him shouty in this one. I did not like the song choice. But the one thing that I felt was, because he kind of did the rap, but he sang it. And during that part was the first time that I've seen him that he did not look confident on stage.
Yeah, he didn't sound confident
He
either.
felt uncomfortable, I think.
And I think based on the judges' reaction, I felt based on them that they felt this was the worst performance of the night, which I'm upset about. That's the vibe I got from them, which I'm upset about because, like you, I love Preston, and I want him to stay. I'm afraid he's going to get cut.
Well, what kind of song should he be singing? Because his voice is so interesting, and the rasp, he really can sing around his rasp.
Was it you that said Bruno Mars, Layla?
Yeah.
I think
Reminds me of
that
Bruno
he
Mars.
needs to do something where Bruno has like a rasp, but he embraces the R&B quality.
He's
And I
like
think,
old school.
yeah, and I think he should go more R&B and less reggae.
Well, I was thinking like either alternative or blues.
Old school
Yeah.
blues would be cool to see too.
I think he's sort of done the old school thing, though. I think
Yeah.
he needs to stay more modern, or else we're going to start losing him.
Because he has that quality of his voice. So if he did do something modern and bring that into it, it would
Yeah.
be really
I
interesting.
don't know, I'm afraid from his performance tonight. He's gone, and I don't want him to be.
Vote
I don't
for
want him to be. I love him.
Poor guy.
Honestly, the show, though, at this point has gotten to...
There's so much talent.
If it's... Well, that, and if your performance isn't something that I want to buy on iTunes, you know, like, if it's not good enough to hear over and over again in a recording, then you can't, like, advance.
Right.
And I think that's why Danielle did so well last season is... Vocally, you know, if you're just listening to her and you could listen to her in your car over and over again, great.
Yep.
You know, really good hitting those notes and like singing through everything. But something like that with Preston.
Well, and it's not like what he did wasn't different enough from the original that you're like, oh, I want to get that.
Right. Which Will is. That's what I don't get with your comment.
I thought Will ruined
Will's was
it, though.
different enough from the original to where you
Yes.
want to get it.
Yes.
And it's
But,
still so
See,
good.
it wasn't. It was different enough where I'm like, why are you wrecking the song?
I don't understand.
Just
I
saying.
don't.
You're on an island, buddy.
I really
It's
want to
a
hear what you
beautiful
guys
island.
have to.
Yeah.
I really want to hear what our viewers have to think
Full
about
Twitter
Will's
hate.
performance specifically.
Well, we'll see what iTunes has to say too if it ever loads. Next up was Tessanne Shin, and she sang "Many Rivers to Cross." She's such an incredible singer, and I want her to do Broadway. I'm just worried that she's not relatable.
I think this was a bad choice.
Yeah, that's why I said it. It was a boring song.
This was like a more talented performance of Lena's from the Knockout. She nailed it vocally.
Yeah.
Bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and for another older performer on the show, this song is aging her.
Yep.
And for someone who can really sing the Kelly Clarkson hits, the Rihanna songs, like,
Or Pink, I would have loved to see.
yeah, like, let's see her do that. And I mean, this song, she sang it so well.
Well, and that's what's
Just
kind
not
of
a
a bummer 'cause
showstopper.
she has an incredible voice, but I don't think she's going to go far in the competition.
And she closed the show.
Yeah.
You know, we really want a powerful
Well, she
end
You
of the
like
show.
hear in the coaching part of it when Adam was saying to her, like, he even said, I'm afraid that she's hitting it, she's nailing it, but it's not going to be like emotional or
Yeah.
vulnerable or something like that.
I mean, I think I said this a few weeks ago where I feel like she is this season's Sasha.
I did.
And I think they're setting her up like that too. Save her for last, be the powerhouse. Because she is a powerhouse.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no doubt about that. But I feel that she's less relatable than Sasha was last season. She has less spunk, like a little less attitude on stage.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
What?
She's the only one besides James in the top 50.
On iTunes?
She's 38, James is number 12, but nobody else.
I mean, it sounds
here we go.
amazing.
What about
Austin
Cole?
is 46, and
What's Cole
Ray
doing?
Boudreaux's 47.
Okay.
Will is 49, Cole is 50.
They're all right up there. That's good.
But, I mean, James is like leaps and bounds.
Yeah, James is way ahead
So
of
that's
the
like
others.
that performance is something that everyone's going to connect
Yeah.
to. It like made you feel something.
I'm gonna go home and
To
I
be
wanna hear it
honest,
again.
I would buy this Tessanne song because, you know, when you're in this kind of mood and you want to hear it, this is a perfect recording of it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't get better. I just think when we watch it, it wasn't exciting.
Exactly. So that wraps up Team Adam.
Team Adam. So what do you guys think about Team Adam? Who do you think's going to go?
Pick the three that advance right now, but then we got into Team Blake.
Three advance?
Yeah, because they go to
Okay.
the final 12. So I think America votes. I think we were saying America votes 2, and Adam will save 1.
Wow. I mean, it's going to be James, Will, and
James.
Tessanne, don't you think?
I agree.
I want to say Preston too.
But who would be who instead of if Preston gets in, who goes?
Tessanne.
You think?
Yeah.
But I would say James, Will, and Tessanne.
It's probably going to be James, Will, and Tessanne. I personally, and I know everyone disagrees with me, I personally would rather see Gray over Tessanne at this point.
No.
What?
But
we know why.
Besides the fact that she's my future wife.
Okay.
Besides that. But she's not. But Tessanne's going to win. I know.
But think about Gray. You know, like Gray's style. Is she better than? Because she sort of fits in the same style as Jackie Lee on Christina's team, and there's no way she even compares.
No, and Jackie Lee is the fact that she's got the 16-year-old factor going into
Well,
it.
she's got the young
And
vote going
she's
for her.
cute as a button.
She is.
As a button.
As a button. I just love her.
Let's get into Team Blake.
Yes.
So first up on Blake was Shelby Z.
Yeah.
Fancy by Reba.
Nailed it.
Congrats to Shelby on your marriage. Shelby on your marriage.
Yes.
This is an amazing song choice.
I mean, Blake is brilliant when it comes to song choices, and we were talking about it because we were talking about he chooses songs that he knows people are going to want to download.
Yep.
Yeah, he's smart about
Smart.
it. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blake plays that country boy. He plays that little game.
He knows what's
but
up.
They all do.
he is working it. Because,
There's a reason why he's won the last 3.
yes.
Well, Shelby, I thought she did really good. There was a couple parts where I'm like, girl, what happened to your sass? But then by the end of it, she got it back.
She
Couple pitchy
opened the show,
things,
though.
But yeah, and
Yeah.
she did so good.
But I
I
mean, if you
think
didn't
she
know
was
any
her.
better, like you would think she was like a famous country singer
Oh, yeah.
because I mean she has the stage presence and everything.
That's what Blake was saying. It's like if I was going to come for the last 5 years and I woke up, it's like I would think you're a top country artist right
And
now.
when she does those runs and holds out those notes, you're just like, damn.
Yeah.
What I love about her is she had to open the show, so you could see her nerves a little bit, but she still sang it perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think she'll grow as a performer because she needs to a little bit. She just needs to bring a little bit more to the stage.
But I think that's good for her because if she's peaking right now, not going to be good. She'll do better in the competition.
Exactly. She'll
if
keep.
can- yeah.
Every performance to me, she's gotten better and better and better.
Yep.
That's why last week I said she was the dark horse of this competition, and I still feel that way.
I don't know if I think she's kind of a front runner.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the front runner, but I would
No,
say
one of 'em.
top
No,
5.
yeah. And I think Matthew's the front runner.
Yeah.
But I think Shelby, how's Shelby's song doing on iTunes?
It wasn't in the
Top 50.
Top
Oh,
50.
really? So I'm really surprised by that,
Yeah.
actually. Because she sang it so well, and I think Fancy is such a favorite for so many
It is.
people.
And the country fans, I mean, it's a huge fan base.
Reba,
you know,
hello.
This is actually my favorite Reba song, so.
This is my karaoke jam. So next up on Team Blake was Nick Hawk, and he sang Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke.
He did every part of the song.
He did every part of the song. This is the difference between him. What was the guy's name? Preston?
Yes.
He sang the rap parts but made it his own. And
Yes.
you're like, oh, damn.
Yes.
I'm sassy with it.
I felt a little bad because I thought it was mixed weird, that he sounded a little off. I don't think he was off. I think the song, is such a top 40 hit. It's so produced that it's not,
But
even Robin
listen
Thicke
now. I think listening, it sounds better than when we watch
Yeah.
I
it.
agree.
because I think he sounds great. But, I mean, this is like a dance track. It's going to be overproduced.
Yes, but seriously though, if anyone can do this song, only Nick can do
Yep.
it on the show.
Yep.
Only Nick. That's something he has going for him that nobody else does. Is the stuff that he can do, nobody else can
Yep.
really pull off the way he does.
Well, he's just got such a fun presence. Like, you're always excited to see what he's going to sing.
Yes, I'm excited to see what he's gonna sing. I'm excited to see how he's gonna do it. Because you watch him, he worked the whole entire stage. He went to the band,
Yeah.
and he went all the way through the audience. I
And when he
mean,
did that
he's
pelvic thrust.
He was dancing.
So good.
Did never ran out of breath.
No.
No.
I would have liked him to hold out a note or something, have a big moment, but there's not really a chance for that in this song.
And a song like this is really not that moment. Yeah.
And I love that it was Blake's idea to keep the rap in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Well,
That
if
was
there's
my
one
favorite
thing,
part of the
do
song.
it.
if there's one thing about Blake is he knows his rap.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Of course.
I think he'll for sure advance to the next round.
You can join the flock on Twitter.
Yeah.
I've joined the flock.
Okay.
Hashtag flock.
Flock, yeah, he made up a word. It's not hashtag rosebuds, okay?
Yeah, like, what do you call
It's not like my rosebuds.
Way to bring it
He's
back
trying-
to
Your
yourself.
Twitter
He's trying to
followers.
make a flock, whatever, man. Try to steal my thunder. Make up a word. Well, I didn't make up a word. He made up a word.
I think his Twitter fans made up a word.
Yeah.
I think the flock made up the word.
Okay.
Up next was Ray Boudreau, and he sang Home by Mark Broussard. Great song choice. Ray's best performance.
Yeah.
However, I thought he showed how white he was.
Boy can't dance.
Yeah, he's again, it's like kind of the stage presence. But this, personally, to me, this was my favorite performance of the night.
Really?
Of tonight. This was one of those songs that I wasn't familiar with, and I want to download this song.
I think if you
love
know
this
the
song.
original-
I thought he did it great.
I'm sorry. I'm excited about him and Blake working together too.
Yeah.
Because I just love it. I love the whole little southern.
And I'm a huge fan of the original of this song.
So I
and
love
it's got
this
like
part.
this New Orleans grit to it.
Yes.
And I don't think he does it as good.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't, but he is gonna do so well in country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, he doesn't get as gritty. Like, Cole would be able to get as gritty
Yeah.
as the original. But we have to say, Mark Broussard did tweet at him, and he said he was proud. He said that he really liked Ray's version, and I think that's a lot.
And you said it's already in the top 50.
Yeah.
It's, first off, the original's great. And Ray didn't necessarily do like a karaoke version of it, but he did it really well. And I really liked it. And I love that he sort of is keeping up with his, what did he call it? Swamp pop?
Swamp pop.
Yeah.
I think that's so
I love
cute.
that term too.
Yeah, it's great. And so I really think Ray is going to be a front runner.
For sure. Up next, we've got Austin Jenks, and he sang She Talks to Angels.
By the Black Rose.
Great song.
Yes.
And I thought this is kind of what he was missing in the knockouts. Like, he does a little bit more of a like give and take in the song, which is good. But by the end of his songs, I said he's kind of like the male Judith, where you just expect it to be good, and it's kind of getting boring.
No, I don't expect him to be good every time.
Really?
No.
I don't find it boring at all. My notes for this one was, it was one word, all capital letters, passion.
He did so good, but honestly, I think if Austin has one bad song, he's out.
Yeah.
I think he literally is still hanging by his teeth for every performance. But I'm also, this song, everyone, like, if you love this song, you love
Yeah. One of my favorite
this song.
songs of all time.
Me too. And this is just in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And he really sang it and really brought it. So, of course, I'm going to love it because I love this song and he sang it great. I'm just worried for if he gets a not as well-known song or something not as in his wheelhouse, he's just going to fall apart.
He doesn't stand out. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He doesn't have.
He's got a good voice, but it's not like, oh, I can't wait till Austin sings.
Yeah.
So up next, the final performance of the night was Cole Vosbury, and he's
Last
My
one for
favorite.
Blake.
Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
Wow, he did great.
I love him.
That was my favorite.
Boring. I was so bored.
Oh, this is when
guys,
fists
that
were
was my
thrown on
Yes.
Twitter.
Because I feel like he has the same thing as Austin. There's not.
No.
I
Not
don't
at
think
all.
so.
They're completely different.
I don't think
Trim
so.
your beard.
Shut up, Jason.
I like the beard.
I'm so
the
mad.
beard's
I love the
gross.
beard.
I feel like I'm watching Duck Dynasty.
I'm indifferent with the,
Maybe
I'm
we
indifferent
are.
with the beard, but I love the performance.
His beard is getting grungy, and I like it.
And it's got like fans now or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It has its own Twitter page.
Yeah.
The beard has a Twitter page.
I love it. There's not bugs.
Dirt.
Jason, hate is gonna hate, and you can hate over there because Cole is killing it, and I love Cole. And I really want to talk about Maggie May. Please stop it. Brilliant song choice for Cole.
Yes.
Really great because he needed to do a song that everybody knew. He really needed to do a very
Do you
popular
think
song.
everyone knew this? It's Rod Stewart. Do you think the young crowd knew this?
I don't think.
Yes!
I don't
You
know how
think the
can you not
younger
know
audience
this
knew
song?
this?
I don't think the
Yes.
younger audience.
I don't
Really?
think. I don't think the
No.
younger audience knew it.
I've
But
known this song since I was like 7.
It's
Okay.
enough soundtracks for them to have known it.
Yeah.
I mean, if
okay, but when
you
but-
would have to live under a rock not to know any Rod Stewart song, especially Maggie May.
Okay, but I'm just saying, as far as the 13, 14, 15-year-olds that
Yes.
are watching the show
they
now,
know it.
Yes.
I don't think that.
Hey,
But
if
to their
you're 13,
defense,
14 or 15, tweet at us and let us know if you know this song.
You just invited like teenagers to hit you up. That's kind of weird. But
I'm so annoyed with Jason right now, and with you. Of course, teenagers know this song, you guys.
No, but what I was trying to say was...
That is so annoying. Do you remember when you were 13 and people were like, you know the Beatles? You know who the Beatles are? Of course I know who the Beatles are.
Right,
God,
it's not
all right, who are we picking? Who's advanced from T. Blake, real quick, because the music's playing. Because I think all 5 of them should advance. That's the problem.
Nick, Hawk, and Shelby.
Well, you pick 2. You need to pick 3.
The other ones.
Okay, because I'm going the complete opposite of you. Based on America and everything, I'm saying Ray, Austin, and Cole advance.
Cole, Ray, and Nick.
Cole, Shelby, and Ray.
I want them all. I want them all. But based on what you said, the iTunes numbers aren't in Shelby's favor, which will hurt her.
Okay, we have to wrap this up. Steven's making us leave. We will be back in here next week, but in the meantime, you can find us all on social media. Where can they find you guys?
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Chloe West X.
Twitter and Facebook at Laila Sadny.
Find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC.
Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler, and we will see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.